Hey there. Hey. Okay, so I think that we're gonna talk about this flashlight experiment. You know, if anything in this COVID times is trying to keep things busy, and hopefully it's to help educate some people out there. This is pretty widely used out there still from the, I'm going to call them like the immediate satisfaction crowd. The ghost hunters that just want, yes, that's the only thing they want. So I've got two control groups here. Roughly, these are about 27 flashlights I've got in my kit. Some of them are cheaper variety that you might hand out at a public or give to an inexperienced person that's going to leave it somewhere. Some are more the cast metals type. Now, generally speaking, the cast metal type aren't really designed or built to do this half on, half off application. You know, some of them are going to be control group B. And control group B is essentially going to be, when I ask the questions or leave it alone for a bit, they're going to have to be turned on physically, right? Control group A, which is the only one I can imagine is going to have any results, is going to be the, let's leave the battery and or light sensor, light attachment, just a tip on. We all know that this can be affected by things like, you know, electronics, heat. So I have it near my computer system, so it's got a source of electronics nearby. I have my tri-field running and my EDI just to video if anything comes up. I will turn these lights on to prove that they work. Okay, I'll even leave them all on all at once to make a real impressive light show for everybody. All right. Why not, right? All right, so this would be kind of like what it would look like at a full investigation. Holy crap. I'm just proving that they all work. These ones are going to be on part B. So unless these are actually turned on, they're not going to be turned on, if you know what I mean. Okay, maybe what I'm going to do here is I'm going to shut these off now. So these, again, I put those so that they go full power. These are 3-stage. But the only way these have any merit is if they are actually engaged. Oh, it's a lot of work turning all these off, isn't it? Now, why does everything have to have a flash beam on it now, too? All right, so these are the, it won't work. These are the ones here. These are all just, if spirit can turn them on physically, which we know isn't going to happen. Okay, these ones over here I'm going to try and attempt to set up in that other fashion. This one here I've already done. This is my camping light, and it's slide operated. That slide magnetic is just up there. Don't expect anything to happen. This one here is an incandescent bulb, and I'm just going to turn it off. So as you see, on, off. All right. I really hope I don't start any electrical fires. All right. Oof. These ones are bright. I guess, yeah, I'm going to have to take the battery encasement and see if that works. So if you can see, I'm just letting the camera see this so it can see what I'm doing. And it should start to kick off in a second. The only problem with some of these is they're also spring-loaded. Yeah. Okay. So, unfortunately, there's a good fail-safe for that model, and that means that goes back over to category B. You see, it's got a fail-safe. These ones have a spring-loaded mechanism in there so that when the battery compartment opens up, it opens all the way. So I can't bullshit it, and also, unfortunately, I can't take the lens off because it's all part of the lens augmentation series there, like where you want to make it bigger or smaller. This one I think I could do. Just. See, the problem is it's kind of designed so that you don't do this. I mean, I don't understand why anybody would do this on purpose, but it seems to be like one of the most gratifying tests out there. I'll work harder with this one. All right. Now I got to do it like 22 other flashlights. There's a lot of teams that do this. Man, this flashlight has a lot of threads, eh? Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's right on the edge. This is a UV light. I know this looks monotonous, guys, but you've got to see that the experiment is being done. Okay. Oh, spirit's here. Possibly movement can affect this stuff. Oh shit. See, well, that one's spring-loaded. So I can't falsify that one. Can I take the lens off? Nope. So that one goes over to this one too. Maybe they're making things better these days. Oh. Here you go. These are like a dollar store one. I bought 24 of these for about $8. You can see why. So that one's just off. Whoa. Look, spirit's here. Can't answer that question just yet. Don't say yes yet. Okay? Don't say yes yet. No, no, no. No, you're not allowed to. I don't want spirit to answer me before. I don't know if I'm actually going to use all of these because it's getting bloody monotonous. It's going to blow my batteries. Okay. Oh. All right. So let's do 2 more of these and leave these out of the picture because God, it's going to prove its point. Okay. Just touching the contact lead. I'll make that one maybe a little closer. I'll bet you that's the one that goes off because I left it a little closer. Well, that one's just touching the contact. All right. Okay. So, without further ado, right now it looks like we're at about 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Jesus, I'm guessing that's about 20. I don't know. Lights are all off at this current moment in time. We're hitting about 1.9 milligauss. Not really, it's a nice day outside, so the barometric pressure is a crazy sort of high right now. In the room I've got the electrical interference coming from the computer itself, and I've got a fan running in the background. I'm going to turn that fan up because generally that'll affect some things, sometimes. And yeah. So if spirit is with me here, and we've got some rotation of activity in this area, a number of suicides and whatnot, do you think you can talk to me by making one of these lights turn on? The vibration meter is going to the geophone. It's showing some activity, obviously. There's 2 reasons for that. One is my fan is vibrating the floor, and I've got a black lab in the room who's walking around. I wanted to make sure you get natural movement because that's generally, you know, what you get. You get people like moving around, and that's what maybe bumps some of these things to go. No. Come speak to me. EMF has gone up gradually to a 2.3. Again, I do think that's affected probably as the coils heat up in the fan. And of course, somebody's texting me. And one of you here, I'm going to do like they do in the shows. Please answer me. Have you ever noticed that in the shows they just keep asking the same question until they You get it? So like, they'll say, "Are you with us?" And they'll say, "Are you with us?" for about 10 minutes, and all of a sudden, we get this random flash go off and on. "Well, thank you. See, it answered us." And they'll change turn it off or turn it on just based on whether it's on or off. And I can't even get these cheap flashlights to go. Yeah, you look, EMF activity is raising again to 3.5, so it's gradually gone up 2 milligauss. I again do count the fan for that, frankly, and the computer is obviously transmitting something. Temperature unaffected. Any movement? Well, we got an answer. Are you with us, Spirit? Hey, didn't I say it was going to be that one or that one? Ah, see? I said it was going to be one of the cheap yellow ones. Oh. Oh, you worked a second ago. Please, answer me. I need to have your answer me. While you're at it, can you make the EMF go up over a 5? Please. In a few minutes, I'm going to leave this room and I'm going to shut the door so nobody's in here. Maybe you can go off all on your own and something else will happen. I'm going to touch this one here because you can see it's obviously right on the contact, right? I'm just going to drag that back just to make sure that I didn't put it on too tight. Can you turn on one of these flashlights over here with your great strength? I don't know, everybody gets this to work. But I think it's pretty clear that it's probably just happenstance. No trend. Okay, I'm going to turn these on. Just barely. My UV light, the spring, popped it right out. That one wasn't going to work at all. I'm going to put that one back in the kit. Okay? Alright, whoa! See, that one went on there. Guessing. I must have pressed it. Okay, so these three have been screwed a little tighter to turn on. So I'm going to leave the room now, and while I'm not here, I want you to prove me wrong and shut one of them off, please. Or turn one of the other ones on. Turn this one on. This one's ready to turn on, and so is this one. Any of those as well. If you turn on one of those, I will be a believer. You can actually turn a switch on. Leaving the room. That's been about 5 minutes, and I actually can't remember which ones I turned on, which ones I turned off. EMF has gone down drastically. Temperature's gone up a little bit, but I think that's because the computer was turned on. I don't imagine any of those got turned on. It did. I'll eat my words and make another video. But one of the things you can see now is, fortunately, in the paranormal, we look for immediate satisfaction. We look for gratification. And irresponsible teams go out and teach people that with a method like this, you can decide if there's a spirit there. The root problem behind it is, we don't really know what a spirit is yet, and we don't know what actually causes it to interrupt. We don't know what, like when we use our EMF detectors, base read plausible EMF interruptions in a room, we really should be looking for what is possibly causing contamination for the mind. We don't know that spirit causes EMF. We don't know that spirit causes anything. We don't know that spirit's there. We have our experiences. But unfortunately, through investigation, people like gratification. They like to be told that they're right. So we look for easy things like this. Now gladly, most flashlights nowadays have these spring-loaded features and whatnot. And, it's not a matter of like the old style ones where you just took the light bulb and just kind of made it slightly touch. It's kind of like when we used to look at the television and freeze frame it when it went all static. We listen to the radio, the spirit boxes we have now. There's nothing that justifies our actual belief in this. And you've got guys out there like Steve Huff, Bill Chappell, and all those lots making devices that are just for what we do. Things like the obulus, where, yes, words come up that are completely related to what we do. And there's no basis to it. There's a problem to that. There's no basis. There's no data, no trends. Nothing concrete, right? It's that unicorn, that Sasquatch. And flashlights, honestly, are best used for making sure you don't fall over in the dark, and good camping trips. So that ends up silly little thing. Now, of course, this isn't really a scientific experiment. I didn't have enough control groups. I didn't have enough time involved. I didn't have enough anything, really. It was just more like a basic little, look, I have 20 some odd flashlights here, and none of them prove the point that it could even happen, except for when I toggled with them. So, plausibly, if people want to use some more reliable results, it would be that, strong EVPs, different conditions that change over time, physical evidence. They can focus on that and stop putting the focus on things like this that kind of make a bit of a shame of what it is we do. All right, off my soapbox.